And this time we've got Masquerade. So if for whatever reason, if people really like targeting us, which I don't think is the case, they won't know which of these sci-fi authors is us. There's a medium aluminum, there's a patch right here, lots of silicon, but still no carbon or iron.
Medium levels of water.
Little water.
Scientific colony founded.
High levels of aluminum.
High aluminum. This guy went scientific for a bunch of water, and there's, oh, a nice iron triangle, and it's a high iron as well.
High levels of carbon found.
There's a singleton high carbon. We could go scientific. We wouldn't have the option of dropping a triangle, though. Skepticon, they have implemented host migration. It does cause a little lag when the host switches, and sometimes it can fail, but by and large, it does work. When the host leaves, the game is usually migrated and moves on as you would expect. So yes, I didn't leave all the other players in the lurch there when I exited the game. I think we have to go scientific here. Maybe right over here.
You must be a rather skilled researcher yourself. I couldn't have found a more promising site even with all my years of experience. Shall we begin?
So we'll get that rolling, salt on the carbon. Get salt on that iron too. Salt on the silicon. And then wait for the aluminum and steel to tick in. Alright, Massive Effects. Later on we could do a small map. Maybe with more players than is recommended for a small map. Okay, so how close am I to this upgrade? I need some aluminum. There's a blimp carrying that aluminum coming in right now. And Clark went and grabbed that high carbon, which, given the current price, should be making him some good money. We do have the option of switching that mine over to a quarry if carbon gets really expensive. We can also pick up some of these carbons. So it looks like everyone's going scientific here, and Bradbury is not having a good time. He sees this map, he sees everyone taking the very slim pickings for what qualifies as a good spot on this map, and he's probably feeling pretty bad right now. Alright, steel is relatively cheap. We could build up wind. We could drop a carbon just so that Clark doesn't have a carbon monopoly. We should definitely get into the water here. Let's see, some reactors, and quickly. In fact, let's drop the pump right there before Clark can get access to that water field. Alright, that's good. We'll also buy a claim here, and drop a reactor right here. Claim, quickly, send the claim. We didn't have enough to pay for the reactor itself, but you can claim the tile even without putting a building on it. So we'll get that going, try to shut Clark out of the water field that he settled this area specifically for the water. Well, and the triangle. We might want to freeze this down. He's not making huge amounts of money off of that. Let's drop the reactor. Okay, so we should get some good income there, and the price of glass is going up. I should have bought into some of that. Let's do that right now. Auction for a geothermal plot. Well, if I can pick that up for under 10,000. There's plenty of other geothermal plots, so I don't think I'm going to bid that up too high. And we need to get into power next. So that'll be when we hit the upgrade.
Market is online.
We're making good money off the reactors and the water pumps, and the money that we're making off them beats getting into steel. So I'm happy, or I'm not so miffed about missing out on a full iron triangle. And we forced Clark to build his reactors over here, although he's doing really well. He's at level 3 already. Okay, how close? Okay, I didn't need quite that much glass. I should mutiny someone's power. One goon squad has been purchased. A geothermal is floating out here. There's a good chance that this wind is goon squad protected, but it was not. Plus, it's the only power that's not a scientific player's power. So the goon squad on a non-scientific player steals the building for 2 minutes, versus a scientific player it's only for 1 minute. So bad luck by Bradbury there, being the only non-scientific player.
Facilities open in no time.
Looks like we'd want to get into glass. Let's claim these tiles here. And then we can put wind on them and glass. That should be decent wind. Wind moderate and wind moderate. Okay, what I really need power. So let's do a mix of solar and glass here then. We could also scrap the steel and just put in solar. If we could afford it, which we can't. Alright, so let's sell down that stuff, put in some solar, and then we'll put some glass down over here. And, well, steel's going back up in price. I'm probably going to regret switching out of steel right now, but power is so much more expensive than steel. And do I want to buy this claim? I think I do. Clark is saying, we don't think that Bradbury meant to click on cold fusion there. So right now, water is a lot cheaper than power. So in the short term, that's going to work out okay for him. But in the long term, this map is fairly sparse on water, and that's going to be a lot more expensive than he'll want. Okay, so I could steal a geothermal for 1 minute, or I could steal that wind for 2 minutes. This wind is making me 0.9. Okay, so I'd rather hurt Herbert. Herbert is doing pretty well, or maybe Clark. Let's go after Herbert here.
We're not surprised.
Really? The scientific player put a goon squad on that. I wonder if he had goon squads on both of the geothermals and I was just unlucky there. But that's too bad. I was not expecting a goon squad on a scientific's second geothermal. Okay. We do need to upgrade and install down that glass. These guys need to be on auto supply. Needs O2.
The black
Let this be a
market is
lesson to you all.
online.
Screw with us, and we screw with you.
So out of everyone, Clark's doing the best. Clark has a huge resource stockpile. He doesn't look like he's doing really well, but he is. So if we were going to sabotage someone, it would be Clark. Someone just blew up his geothermal, correctly tagging him as the biggest threat. We could go and power surge this down. Is it worth 3,000? Yes, it is. So take that down, sell down the water as well, and take the upgrade. Okay, and we'll drop a water pump.
Let this be a lesson to you all.
A water pump
Screw with
and a
us, and we
reactor.
screw with you.
55, we'll get some more adjacency bonuses, that'll increase that. Profit there, up to 100. And we'll also be sure to claim this. This, on the one hand, this is really bad because we're clumped up and very easy to sabotage. On the other hand, we get all that sweet adjacency bonus. It'll be 150 bonus with the diamond. Okay, so I don't want anyone stealing our glass. Our glass is making us a lot of money. But at the same time, I can't afford $20,000 worth of debt like last time. I think... Well, I can steal this guy's stuff. Everyone else is scientific too. We could steal the food. Alright, let's steal the food, but not the aluminum. So, drop the parts right there. And drop our reactor right here as soon as we free up the cash. Or a water pump, since water is more valuable right now. Yeah, it's way more valuable. That water pump. And we should probably get to a patent lab. And yeah, if I can spare a claim, which I can, I'll go for a patent lab here. And we should also switch into food. Okay. Upgrade, no, we'll do something with our claims first. Let's push out a patent lab.
Scientific colony
And we need to get back into steel. And do I want one random wind? Alright, we'll put wind right over here. Our stock price is the lowest right now. We never got into power as heavily as the rest of these guys. They're making a lot of nice free money off of that. We need to switch these guys into farms. And nanotech would have been nice as well. Alright, this water pump can also become a farm. And we need to freeze someone down or steal someone's power. There's no way he regooned this. Alright, there we go. For a minute. We'll get some of that going.
Your stock is being bought.
Alright, we don't want people to grab up our cheap stock there. In fact, it might be time to try to buy out Clark. He is at 50% for us. Do I want to risk slowing down my upgrade to try to buy out Clark here? If I keep on making money off of food, I might be able to make that happen. Special motion, I definitely want that. I don't want it $20,000 bad, but I'd like it. Actually, maybe 2,400. That's gonna be okay. We'll make Herbert spend 2,800 on that. Yeah, Clark's worried about us buying him out, so he's freezing down our stuff. Incidentally, it also hits him, which is entertaining, to say the least. And now for the full buyout, we need 6,100, so we're a good chunk of the way there. Alright, so we'll buy out Clark, and then we'll worry about our upgrades. These guys are frozen. Do these guys even make money? They do, so we'll put them on auto supply. He has an engineering lab that we could use. Start auto supply, please. Good. And now we're making lots of steel. We could even switch these guys over to... Let's see, is there anything I need to repair? No. Let's up our food production or chemical production. So all of the engineering lab improvements require chemicals, so investing chemicals into making more chemicals is sort of a nice feed forward kind of thing. Alright, and now we should probably start worrying about our debt. Or at least investing in some of these other people. And we'll take our upgrade. Yes, we will. Okay, power's gone way down. This stuff needs to be defended. We want to get into a patent lab here. Yes, yes we do. So, and we'll also check the off-world prices. The best price off-world right now is fuel at only $393. Well, chemicals are at 400 some odd. That's not really screaming off-world. Sell some of the chems down, sell a bunch of the glass, and I'm glad the price of power has crashed out. Let's drop a quarry. Maybe not directly adjacent to our glass. We don't want to leave ourselves. It is the high though. Okay, well, let's take that quarry. And carbon would be good too. We do have our own carbon though from when we bought out Krieger Corp. Okay, let's go and update our food production. Food's really worthwhile here. Go upgrade there, and we're just EMP'd again. Constant EMPs. It's not nearly as painful since we're scientific. And let's drop a patent lab, and maybe we'll grab teleportation. 3 tiles left to play with. Is there any open water? No open waters left. We can repurpose these guys to water pumps, but they're still making money as is. Alright, chemicals, carbon. We want more carbon quarries. Alright, let's get rid of this, because aluminum is not really making us much money, and we'll get 2 carbon quarries going. Get some nice adjacency there. We also want another silicon quarry, so right over here. Or delete that, in case we buy out green and want to optimize that. We'll put that in the top corner for a potential future triangle. And we need to buy into Bradbury, so when Herbert... Okay, so Herbert beat us to that. So Herbert, if he buys out Bradbury, we get a little of that money. We want to buy out Herbert. We need to get to quite a large bit of money here. Alright, let's grab teleportation. That'll save us on the fuel. We don't want to make steel too cheap, because that'll just make it easier for everyone else to upgrade. Let's start getting into electronics down here. Well, we would need cheaper carbon as an input. I guess while we're here, let's throw up another wind, just so that we're not continuously losing money on that. Something of ours is underground nuked. We're going to need more sources of carbon. Our carbon income is 2.25. Let's up our carbon production then. 500 resources and cash on hand. It's 300. We're going to need a lot more. We need a hacker array. Let's see, how much is it going to cost to upgrade here? Hacker array up here, and then... Okay, we can definitely afford to put out electronics now. We are scientific, so we should probably put that on top of silicon or carbon, but there aren't any large patches that would help us with that. Okay, what's our money at? We are really close to the buyout. $73. Chemicals are losing us money, turn those off. And farms are still making good money. But we do need to switch some of these guys over to water pumps. Delete, delete. And what do we want to short? Let's see, what's Herbert making here? Let's put in a chemical shortage, and I don't think Herbert's into chemicals at all. No, he's not. Okay, so we'll put that chemical shortage through. And do I have enough just to control shift down? We need 640 resources plus cash. We're really close. We need another 40,000. This stuff is still making us money. Good. Sell stuff down so that Herbert can't make any money on world. We don't want to sell anything when it reaches $1 because then we're not making much money on that. We just need another 20,000. So maybe we were a little too excited to. The chemical shortage isn't going to help us here. We'll just control shift down, and we got him. All right, so good game there. Amara Rama and whoever else was in that game with us. Dancing Bogman, Krieger Corp, and who did we? Oh, wait, I'm Asimov. Right. Good.